Howdy, 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 my darling Leo. How are you doing today, friend? Let's get into your weekly tarot reading for June 2023 and see what's going on in your life at this time. All right, what guidance can we provide? All right, we don't need to go into any type of long introduction, Leo. Let's just jump into this tarot reading. But of course, if you do vibe out with me and you enjoy this tarot reading, just give this video a like and subscribe because it does actually help me out quite a bit, Leo. So let's get into this here, starting out with the Seven of Pentacles for you. All right, Leo. So this is looking pretty positive right off the bat here. This is letting you know that you have options. Now, when it comes to my tarot readings, Leo, I like to cover how you would translate these tarot messages when it comes to your social life, so romantic or platonic, your relationships, or as well as your career and your projects, because I feel like when it comes to general tarot readings, it envelops both, because some folks just don't care about love, right, or relationships, and some people are just more career focused, right? And so as the Seven of Pentacles coming in here, I'll talk about the more career focused or just interests that you have in the physical world right now, multiple projects that you could be involving yourself in. But there is this push here, Leo, where it's like perhaps you're instead of spreading yourself so thin, think about one thing that you really want to develop and put all of your energy into that, because that's what's going to come into fruition much quicker, and then you can go on to the next project, right? If you've ever delved into business in some capacity, Leo, you probably have heard of the shiny object syndrome, where it's like business owners make the mistake once they get a little bit of knowledge. They're like, "Ooh, I can start a tarot business, and then I can start like a bakery and laundromat," you know. And so it's like the shiny object syndrome of where it's like you see the potential in a lot of different things, and it's not a bad thing, Leo. And perhaps that eventually you'll get to all seven of those cups at some point in time. But let's focus in right now, Leo, on one specific one, and then that's where your spiritual team will really be able to help bring this into fruition. Right now, it's like you're delegating all this spiritual energy as well as just your own energy and resources into multiple things, and it gets to the point of where you know, you might end up reach burnout because nothing is developing quick enough, Leo, right? And so that's what I get there. In a social way here, I'm going to be honest, Leo, when it comes to your social life, it feels as if you're going to be having your phone blowing up, your emails going off from multiple different sides, right? So your personal life, work life, it feels as if like a lot of different folks are going to be, I don't want to say a lot of different folks are trying you this week, but that adds like a negative connotation to it. I just feel as if like a lot of different parts are going to be chirping in your ear this week here, all right? Continuing on, we have, once again, sevens. Seven seems to be following you this week, Leo. I haven't done numerology in a long time on this channel, but I'm going to say it for you right now, Leo, of where I feel as if seven is following you. So look up the number seven, lucky seven, right? In numerology, see what messages that it has for you. Anyways, Leo, with this Seven of Pentacles, this is a card of where, you know, this goes so beautifully actually, because it's like with these seeds, it's like you have limited resources, Leo. You have limited resources, so you need to make a choice on like what seeds you're wanting to fertilize and put extra care into, and what seeds you're going to be like, you know what, honey, you know, you sit right there. You know, seeds, maybe I'm wrong. I know seeds can get mold and rot if you overwater them, but I don't seeds like last like forever if they're dried out and stuff like that. So even if it's not, just go along with it here in the sense of where those seeds will still be there. All right, sure, like it may not grow nearly as much because you're not giving them fertilizer, but the seed that you're giving all the fertilizer to all the water to, that's going to sprout and grow, and then from those, I have a sneeze coming in and so if you see me making a face, that's why, Leo. And then from the fruits of those labors from that one seed, that then could help pay for more fertilizer for the rest of your seeds. Does that make sense? All right. And when it comes to your social life here, more so, I feel like you're at this choice now where you're deciding, Leo, of like who you want to invest into, who you want to talk to, who you want to have in your personal space at this time, Leo. And of course, I don't believe that anyone should be telling anybody else how to live their life, especially when you're the one living it, not me as a tarot reader, all right? But what I can be suggesting to you is that the intuitive message that comes in, so take this as you will, Leo, the intuitive message here is this one of where don't worry about being a kind person. it sounds bad, but you know, the mistake I made, Leo, for a long time when I started this platform is that I felt bad if I didn't respond to every single person that emailed me, that messaged me, because I didn't want to come off as a bad person. I felt bad if I didn't respond to everybody, and all that ended up happening was a lot of different people pushing my boundaries all at once, and people be feeling entitled to my time and energy because they just were not grateful for it. And so I had to eventually make the choice, and it's still something I'm actively working on. It's not going to be something that that happens overnight, Leo, so give yourself grace in that. But you know, start making the decision, Leo, in regards to who is going to help serve your life and like something that you actually could see develop, you know. So for example, Leo, maybe the first thing that came to mind is like maybe you have like certain friends that you had that you made at your old workplace, right? And now that you're doing this new thing, you know, sure, you cared about those people, you still care about those people that you used to go to work with. This is what happened to me specifically. I used to be a nurse, and so it's like I had all these nurse friends, and then when I started doing all this full-time spirituality full-time like 5 years ago, girl, we had nothing in common. There's nothing bringing us together anymore because we weren't going to our job, and all that was happening was like I still felt this requirement that I needed to give my time and energy to these folks, which then just took away time and energy and resources for me to work on my own projects and for me to connect with new folks that I could actually relate to. So I needed to remove that sense of obligation that I had towards certain folks, because it's like, listen, we have only 24 hours in a day, and our social battery, we have a social battery, and we have just our battery in general, right? And so we have to like limit our own resources. And just because you need to make the choice in making yourself less available to certain folks that really, sure, you've met them, sure they were good friends at one point in time, but it's like, you know, you have to weigh out what is worth it to you. All right. So take that as you will. I feel as if, Leo, it's gonna upset so many people, and I'm gonna get some comments where it's just like, oh, Velca, you're heartless, da, da, da. Girl, it's just life. I don't know. I'm just not the type of person that is able to just message people all 24/7 because I got things I gotta do. All right, 4 of Swords coming in here. A little bit of a message here, Leo, of where I feel like you guys have done quite a bit of shadow work. You've done a lot of inner work here, and I want you to like put that out more in the open. You know, it's the sense of where it's perhaps like you really have worked on like your mental health, all right? And maybe you've told yourself until you reach a certain point in your life with this King of Cups in the back of the deck, Leo, of where it's just like, oh, I don't want to get into a relationship until I'm at X, Y, and Z level, until I take care of my mental illnesses. First of all, darling Leo, everyone has some type of mental illness. Some of our lists are just a little bit longer than others. Like I have a pretty long list. But there is this sense here, Leo, where it's like, don't be afraid of coming out for air. You know, some people make the mistake in doing a lot of shadow work, and they do it for such a long period of time that they've never go out into the world. They never leave their house and to experience how they experience the world and people from this more healed version of themselves. And so they're still functioning from the place of being like, oh, I'm just this mentally ill person that from like a year or 2 ago or 10 years ago. It's like, no, you're not. You've done a lot of personal work. Have more faith in like the work that you've done on yourself. And here's the thing, Leo. Sometimes shadow work and doing the personal work does not look like you just sitting and meditating. Sometimes the shadow work and personal work just comes in through you waking up every single day and just making sure you get your checklist done, right? It's a progressive thing, right? And so even if you're not in the most ideal place in your life, you still are going somewhere, all right? Even if you are trying to go from point A to point Z, you know, it's still progress if right now you're on point T. You know what I'm saying, Leo? I don't know. I just get this impression where I feel like you guys are pretty critical of yourselves right now. And so hopefully this tarot reading helps in some capacity here. All right, Page of Pentacles coming in here, and then the 9 of Pentacles. I like this for you, Leo. Overall, this is a message of where your spiritual team, should you want to claim this, should you want to take advantage of this, your spiritual team is essentially saying here with this Page of Pentacles, being like, hey, or this Nine of Pentacles rather, is like, hey, we can show you an opportunity that could bring forth some money into your life. Page of Pentacles, right? Inspiring you to do new projects, Leo. And then in a, but again, I get this sense of where it's like you have to make the choice. And even in a social way, Leo, I do feel as if like this is a message where it's like you have to, this person can't pick all these pentacles. They have to just pick specific ones, right? And so your spiritual team is trying to bring you to new folks to connect to. But again, I get, and I know this because of this Knight of Cups. This is in the upright, but I just pulled it out this way here. But I am noticing here, Leo, where it's just like new energies unable to come in. We just started summer, or about to start summer, I think. Yeah, we're about to start summer, Leo, and it's like you're long overdue for your spring cleaning. All right. Queen of Swords coming in here with the Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords being in the reverse here. Now, I don't like having my inverted cards be upside down because y'all don't need to see the cards upside down to understand the message, right? Overall here, Leo, this is the time to not be so afraid of asking for more. Don't be afraid of raising your standard of persons that you allow in your life. Don't be afraid of asking for that promotion, or don't be afraid of chasing after doing something bigger than what you're currently doing right now. All right. And then we end off this tarot reading with the Two of Pentacles, Leo. Again, this sense of just spreading yourself way too thin right now, and I'm a little bit worried about where you guys are going by you spreading yourself out too thin, Leo, because I feel like you're going to run into burnout soon if you keep on pushing yourself. Give yourself some grace. All right. And this is the tarot reading that I have for you. If you did enjoy this tarot reading, you can book a private reading with me on my website, linked down below, and I'll talk to you later, Leo. Bye, darling.